Resilience is about the ability to adapt, not just the ability to take a shock and survive it, but to change completely what you're doing in order to succeed when the environment really changes dramatically. We saw that with COVID, and the people that were part of the Buckeye ISA network responded beautifully. Shifted very quickly from this idea of selling to a university to the idea of let's take care of our neighborhoods.
It feels good to supply our neighbors because a lot of our neighbors are senior citizens, and then we have a couple young families that they otherwise wouldn't buy produce like that because I mean green beans are expensive, tomatoes ridiculously priced right now, so it helps them out.
So when the global pandemic hit, we had to pivot completely to virtual. We couldn't do in-person at all. What we found also was a secondary dramatic increase in the number of people that wanted to grow. It was an avalanche. They wanted to grow their own food, right? Everybody was sent home in March and they're all like, social distance, but do something healthy, and don't go to the store, but do stuff outside. And really, if you look at all the things that you can do, that basically leaves walking your dog and gardening. And so all of them contacted me, and I was able to turn all of that Buckeye ISA educational content into virtual content.
One of the interesting innovations that I saw with the participants is people were operating on limited land and resources, but they were so creative in the way that they started growing things that people were just taking 5-gallon buckets from Lowe's and growing tomatoes on a back porch. So they didn't let the fact that they didn't have access to a lot of land stop them, and they figured out a way to do it.
The land we're growing on is a land bank property that is owned by the city. There used to be a house that was on this property as well as our other farm property. The civic community came together and we used to come and clear away the vegetation. And so we asked the city, you know, could we make this place a community place?
The things that I was most excited about seeing is people making a change in their own lives, right? Like growing food for their families and using it, growing food and sharing it with their neighbors, growing food and thinking about the possibility of making some extra income.
Every neighborhood was so different. There wasn't a one-size-fits-all approach to implement this project in the 7 different communities that we decided we wanted to work in. So by partnering with each community liaison, they had their own way of communicating with families and households and their own set of needs that we were able to adapt for each neighborhood and community liaison to be able to meet those needs.
Having a community liaison has made our growing such a success. And she's such an inspiration. She encourages you to plant more every year, you know. So whatever we need, you know, she supported us with that. And, you know, she's encouraging us to like sell our produce and things of that nature. But, you know, we didn't think we made enough. But this year, oh yeah, next year, watch out, world.